I'm Courtney, and I'm crazy for meat. I'm on a quest to learn how to make the dopest, juiciest, most flavor-packed meat dishes in the country.
This is the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Watch as I fangirl my way into the best kitchens in America.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna eat a lot of meat along the way, and that makes me carnivorous. Wisconsin, I am inside you. I came here to learn about the legendary Booyah Stew, so I came to the Milwaukee Ale House to figure out just how much meat you can possibly fit into one dish. Hey, what's up? I'm Courtney.
Hi, Courtney. Jim.
Hi, Jim.
I'm Robert.
Robert, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Ale House.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
The Ale House has been around for how long?
This is our 20th anniversary, actually. And part of how we built our entire brewery team is around food and the idea that beer is kind of a culinary experience in itself. What's your favorite style of beer?
Oh, you know, I like a good old IPA.
IPA's the
IPA. So you guys just get to like hang out all day, eat delicious food, and chug delicious beer, and see what goes best together.
Well, cheers.
Well,
Welcome
cheers.
to Milwaukee.
Speaking of that,
Yep.
I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I came here for the meat.
Came here for the meat.
Sounds like a strange thing to say on here, but yeah, I did.
We can accommodate.
A bratwurst is a pork sausage. It's not smoked or cured in any manner. Traditional German spices, very light in spice. A little bit of fennel, garlic, traditional German fresh sausage. It is a staple in Wisconsin.
What makes the brat a staple in Wisconsin?
It's our strong German heritage.
I said but it sounded French, but I...
Yabo.
Yeah, German.
Now there's a naked brat.
The accoutrements are the most important thing. The good German style, whole grain mustard, and then
Sauteed onions?
sauteed onions.
You need to put sauerkraut on there.
Yep.
Now you're talking German.
That is a bratwurst right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like a party in my mouth. That's so good.
Good start.
Chicago has their dog. We have our bratwurst.
Incredible start. But I'm here for a particular dish. I want to make some booyah.
This is the right place.
I've heard that this is like the one dish that you could just put every sort of meat imaginable in there.
You imagine a bouillon base, and the terms are very similar to each other, bouillon base. A bouillon base is a seafood stew, and it can have clams, oysters, 5-6 different types of fish in it. And a bouillon is the same thing, but it's landlocked. So
Right.
it is chicken, turkey, beef, venison, pork.
So this is the perfect dish for someone who's obsessed with
is.
meat. I'm down.
It's time to cook.
Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
We're here to pick up some chicken, obviously, for some booyah stew that we will be making. Have you ever had booyah before?
Oh yes, it's very good.
Is your favorite part of the booyah stew the chicken?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. You just have to say that. Is that what it is? Or no, you really?
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
This is like the place to go.
If you want chicken, this is the place. We've been around since 1948, so we gotta be doing something right.
How many chickens do we need?
Well, we're making enough for 25 people.
You'd probably go with 2 5-pounders will probably work out real nice because you're adding all your other beef and your other product to it and your vegetables and stuff. I have some broth I can get for you.
That'd be fantastic. That would really save us a lot of time.
Hey!
Thank you very much, Greg.
You are quite welcome, thank
Pleasure.
you.
Booyah! Hi!
Hello, I'm Ryan. Very nice to meet you.
Robert told me this is the place to go because we're making some booyah.
We're talking about 25 people. It's a big stew. I was thinking like maybe 2 pounds of chuck roast.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
That sounds perfect.
And then some sausage.
Yep.
We make sausage every single day here, yeah?
In-house.
If we make it all here, yeah?
You have a sausage that is in mind, nothing too spicy.
Right, a milder sausage that doesn't take away from everything. I would go with something like Polish sausage. It has a pretty strong garlic flavor, but it also has like a sweet marjoram flavor as well.
I'll trust
I'm on
your
board. I'll take it. I'll take your word.
judgment. So, you've never had booyah.
I've never had booyah
I'm
before.
gonna hold this like a small child. Are you as excited for me as I'm excited for me?
I'm super excited for you, yes.
You wish you were invited to this party.
I do.
Thank you very
nice to
much
meet
for
you.
everything.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, let's start prepping this booyah. What's first?
All right, first off with vegetables.
All right, doing this so we can get to the meat.
So what we're doing is we're chopping up the vegetables in bite-sized portions because this is a soup or a stew. Trick with cutting these onions is you score it lengthwise crosswise. And then when you dice it, it comes out in these cool little, perfect little dicey pieces.
Alright.
So I spent a lot of money in cooking school to learn how to do that.
You gotta suit up, right?
Gotta suit up, got a glove up. We got our chuck roast. This is what we picked up. All right, there's your meat right there. That's meat number 1. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we gotta take this meat and get it down into small cubes. Ooh. And you don't have to worry about like going with or against the grain because it's gonna be turned into a square. So a square always has
some sort of
grain to it. If you want the best quality meat, you buy the whole piece first.
I just wanna eat these. Can I? They look good?
You look good.
Thanks, man.
You got a big chunk of meat on your face.
What? All right.
Get that thing
Can we
out
throw
there.
this in here?
We're gonna prep our chicken.
Look at this chicken. Hello. Oh my God, look at that butt.
So the reason why we're roasting the chicken is because it's gonna help baste the meat. The meat's gonna be super tender.
I got some seasonings.
All right, so we got salt, pepper, and garlic salt.
Hey, little chicken.
Rub that salt in. There you go. It's gonna be one happy roaster.
Going to second base with the chicken.
425 degree oven. It's kind of a hot oven, but actually I want it to crisp up a little bit.
Okay.
And remember, we're just gonna cook it so it comes off the bones. We don't really wanna roast it completely through because it's gonna get cooked more.
Ta-da! The chicken's done.
Now this is the fun part. You have to actually tear all the meat off the bone.
With your hands?
Yep, this is a very violent process. So you wanna flip the chicken over on her back, and then you wanna grab onto that leg, hold onto the body, and then tear the whole leg right off.
What?
Isn't that awesome?
Oh!
Nice job.
Come on. So juicy and tender.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna basically just hold on to one side and then just tear off that lobe.
So you make the chicken think that they're safe, and then you just, there's no rhyme or reason. It's all going in the pot. Oh, we gonna make a wish?
Make a wish.
I wish that it was time to eat all this delicious stew.
Here. I won.
It's not time yet. We still gotta cook it.
We'll get all this meat into the bowl.
Chicken's in the bowl. Time to make that sausage.
We're gonna grill it up, and by grilling them, it enhances the flavor, it caramelizes them. You're just gonna get a really nice smoky character to it.
Perfect little grill marks.
Look at that guy. So these Polish sausages, these are beef and pork sausages. So you wanna cut it down the middle.
Watching the digits.
Watching the digits.
All right, so the Booyah is all about tiny little strips of meat.
That's right, little pieces of meat. All right, so you wanna do one?
Ooh, it's really smoky, like a chewy little fireplace in my mouth.
And this is all set to go.
All right, now it's time to get all this meat in the kitchen and make that Booyah. She'll just walk it,
right,
probably.
let's Booyah the hell out
She'll
of
walk
it.
in the kitchen. Robert in the kitchen, and we are gonna make some Booyah.
First step, brown the beef. This is the diced chuck roast. I like to dust it with a little flour. This flour is gonna actually brown on the outside of the meat. So this is gonna brown up really nicely. And then once that's all brown, we're gonna transfer it over to the stock pot or the soup pot. We're gonna start cooking the vegetables now. They take a while to cook, so you wanna get some color on
Can you
them.
eat it wrong?
Yeah,
It's peppery.
just a turnip.
Turnip, this guy. Sweet.
They call it sweating, where you kind of break it down a little bit, soften up the vegetables. Now this is just red bell pepper and Spanish onions. So Courtney, I want you to add the carrots and the celery.
That's so colorful.
I know it is, it really is. These are your foundation vegetables. We're gonna add to this, we're gonna add the aromatics. We're making a lot here, so this is really gonna, this goes a long way.
What? This is oregano end time?
Yep. Now we're gonna start adding the meats to this. So we already browned the chuck roast,
Chuck.
and that's in the pot. Now we're gonna add the Polish sausage to this, and we're gonna add the roasted chicken meat.
So do you generally do like a white meat, a dark meat, and then some sort of like smoky spice?
Exactly.
Situation.
Yep. The next dish is gonna be the roasted chicken. This is the kind of dish that, honestly, if there was like a cow hoof laying around, they'd throw it in there. You know. So now that all the meat's been incorporated, really the last ingredient that you're gonna add is a tomato. And the acid actually helps tenderize the meat and it brings all the flavors together.
It's a lot more difficult than it looks.
Imagine this being a 350-gallon Booyah pot at some church festival
I
in
would
here.
lose my arm. Now that all that's sweated, we add the chuck that we had already browned.
Yep.
This is like meat heaven. This looks like a cereal bowl.
Cereal bowl of meat.
Gang's all here.
Yep. So now the next ingredient we add is the broth.
They're in a jacuzzi.
That's a lot of meat in this jacuzzi. This is your Booyah. We serve it with a toasted grilled crouton with some goat cheese on it. Some fresher vegetables. These are the diced potatoes, red potatoes. Red potatoes are really nice for this type of dish because they don't get mealy and they don't get super soft when you cook them. Those haven't been cooked yet, so that's a raw potato. All right, we're gonna use fresh green beans. The corn. This is summer corn.
Okay. It's so colorful. I want to eat this.
Traditionally, to finish this dish off, at least here at the Milwaukee Brewing Company, we like to add beer to it because we do make beer. And so we actually have a beer called Booyah. It's a Saison farmhouse style beer. Saison beers do come from the French-Belgian section of Europe. And this is where the dish comes from too. Roll it for the homies.
So now the meat is wasted. It's sweated, it's drunk. I crushed the can. I guess I didn't have to do that.
That was good.
I always feel like when I finish a beer, I have to be like, "Ugh!"
This is gonna simmer for approximately 25 minutes to half hour.
Okay. Since we have some time to kill, can we go check out the brewery? While we are waiting for this, our Booyah Stew to
Stew-ya.
we're gonna hang out here in your brewery.
That's right.
When pairing beer with meat dishes in particular,
Uh-huh.
what kind of characteristics in the beer are you looking for?
You know, when I do food and beer pairings, it's very similar to doing wine and food pairings also. So when you have like a red meat, like a steak,
Yeah.
you want to have a red wine with it. Probably a big wine, like a Cabernet Sauvignon or something like that. Some of the beers that go great with things like red meat steaks and things are the full-bodied amber beers. Same thing with light things. So if you're having a chicken dish or a salad, you go with a lighter, crisper beer, like a Pilsner. But the Booyah is a complex beer, and it really needs a complex dish, like the Booyah Stew that we make.
My cheeks are getting a little rosy.
Let's go get some Booyah.
I'm all swagged out. It's time to serve up some Booyah. Who's first? What?
Look at that.
All right, Mike.
Is it your first time having
It is
Booyah?
not my first time.
Not your
and
first time?
It's delicious every time.
All right, this is what's your name, man?
Ian,
What's up, Ian?
not too much.
Looks like there's some good chunks in there. Man after my own heart.
It's got to be the beef.
It's Will. Oh.
Will, I put the thing in and then you grab it.
It's a great camaraderie thing for us.
If you're gonna have the Booyah, you have to have the Booyah beers. That's what it goes in your eye and it's delicious. I'm really excited to give this a try. It's been staring at me for the past few minutes and I'm really pumped. All right, I'm going in. Are we going in together?
Sure, let's
Go
do
in
it.
together.
Are we gonna do it?
I'm going beef.
I'm just gonna dig in and see what comes out. Holy fuck! The chicken just kind of like went on top of everything and broke apart like confetti. Happy birthday! Chicken confetti. Lots of textures going on. It's just like constantly changing. 8 different dishes in one bowl.
I'm a big fan of Polish sausage. It really brings out just a really subtle flavor. When you bite into a piece, it just explodes.
What I love about it, it has the aspects of mom's home cooking, but my mom never put 3 different meats in anything. She might have thought about it and then walked around the block. But
Be like, that's
crazy.
crazy talk.
We're not doing that.
I know what's up now. You give me the swag.
We're ready.
And the beer. All right, give this Booyah beer a try. Woo! I love that. And that's what the name is, the Booyah. And it's got some sweetness to it, which can kind of like
Cuts through
ease
the...
out some of the spices and some of the hardiness that's going on. So, all right, I'm gonna do this whole thing.
I see where you're going.
I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna chase it down.
The apricot and the Booyah really melds well with the goat cheese, also the sweetness. And
Holy cannoli. Well, this is clearly a success. That's a success. Y'all are successes. I don't know, I'm enjoying this so much and I'm really glad that you guys were able to have me today. And thank you so much for allowing me to be on your staff because I'm never leaving. Cheers.
cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Booyah.
Sometimes a good recipe is more than the sum of its parts. In the case of Wisconsin's legendary Booyah Stew, there's beauty to every delicious, local, meaty ingredient you place into it.